Heidi ho! Got the Bob Dustrude 30-inch saw I bought last December, I think, December 2014. And I've used it less than 2 dozen times, I'd say. But I keep getting irritated as heck by it, because this saw comes with I've got them packed, but it comes with a Greenwood blade, and they don't sell. Actually, they've been out of stock for a while on 4-Dog Stove, which is where I bought mine. But these only sell with a Greenwood blade, and I just watched a video by David Canterbury that talked about using a wood blade, and I never really researched saw blades at all, actually, and I just figured it was an all-around blade that they put on. I never read it, paid attention. Probably should have, but he showed a video and talked about how well they cut. So I went on ahead and I bought two of the dry wood saw blades. Problem was, you got to modify the handle for them to fit. And so what I done is I took my Victorinox Trekker saw and I just cut this wider all the way around. It does seem to make it a little weaker. This will pinch a little bit more, but it now goes around just fine. And at the time I done it, I didn't think, but let's see. These two teeth here, I might have just been able to straighten with the pliers. Just flatten them out with the pliers. I don't know if that's possible or not, but and then it might have worked just fine on the other. I don't know, but these two are the only two that pass through here. In fact, there's actually no better time than present. Give her a shot. This saw blade was like, if it doesn't snap it, this saw blade was like I think $11 off Amazon. I think it's like free shipping and $11, $11, $12-ish. Yeah, much better on that. But you might get away with just straightening these two end pieces, and then it might fit through there. I didn't try it before I cut it, so but I just took my Victorinox Trekker saw blade and cut that through. Also, there's another modification you got to make on these wood saw blades. This is a Baco wood 30-inch wood saw blade. So you can see this comes out, and this much of the blade actually sticks out after it's locked on, after you lock it on the handle. And so you got to make a modification. If you can see, I rounded the end, and they just come that way. They do it for the saws that Bob sells, and I went on ahead and I rounded this end too, just in case I wanted to flip it around or whatever. Doubt I ever will, but I done it anyway. So just some information that may be out there. I don't know. I have not seen. I haven't looked, to be honest. But just grind the file the corner, modify the handle a little bit, and I move it around a lot, don't I? And straighten those two teeth. But also, what was the other thing? Let me put this together real quick. What I have found, well, this was with the Greenwood blade, and I actually asked Dave, but he never got back to me on the comment I made on one of his videos. But this blade on the 30-inch here, it actually, while I'm cutting, it actually tips, and I wind up cutting. So I start straight, and then I wind up cutting like that, and it's a much longer cut. And that was with the Greenwood saw blade and dry wood. And I don't know if anybody else has that trouble. If they could make a comment. Is that just the way it is with the longer blades, or is that something that might have been due to the cutting? I can't see how it could be the blade, but it might be the length of the saw. I don't know, or it's not tight enough. But yeah, it would twist and it would go off sideways on me. I haven't tried this one yet. That's a brand new blade. I bought 2 brand new blades, and I've got a used Greenwood blade and then another brand new green blade I bought from 4Dog when I bought the saw. And unfortunately, you can't modify this handle. You can't make it rounder, really. And be careful when you flick this open. If you flick it up, boy, that blade will fly around on you. Ask me how I know. Anyway, you can't modify this handle right here to round it off because it's just not thick enough, and this will break. These will just break off, but it's not that big a deal, I don't think. I've just done minor cutting, firewood cutting for camp. I have never cut all day with it, so. She sure bends too. Look at the arch on that thing. It's a great saw. I don't like the way that bends. I may order a shorter blade or a shorter saw. But I'm also looking into the one, there's a new one Dave Canterbury put on his channel that I'm really looking into and liking. I really like this excuse me, this case that come with it. The exception of, you know, there's no strap. I would have loved for there to be a shoulder strap on it, but it wouldn't be that hard, I wouldn't imagine. Just tie some string on there and throw it over your shoulder. Talk about tough. But it kind of makes it tough to tie it. But it hasn't failed me yet. I've got three extra blades in here, 2 green and 1 dry, plus the 1 dry on the saw. And I'm also going to be carrying 2 24-inch wood blades when they get here, dry blades, for a homemade, field-made buck saw. So, and I can't remember what this weighs. It weighs less than 2 pounds, I believe, the way I got it, around 2 pounds. So whatever it weighs with the other saw blades, I'll have to reweigh that, but I'll try and annotate it. Anyhow, just wanted to show those modifications in case it might help somebody. Thank you. In case anybody's wondering, these are the Muckluck Arctic Pro, or Muckluck Arctic Pro muck boots, and I love them. I've had these for a year, but I've only worn them maybe half a dozen times. I bought another pair, the black pair, for work, steel toe, but I just love them. Well, that might be some information that might be good to pass on. These, on their site, if I remember correctly, it's been over a year since I looked at it, but when I bought these, But on their site it stated that I'm 11.5 in boots generally. Shoes I can get by with 11 usually, depending on the shoe and the width and all that. But these, according to their site, it said I needed a size 10. Well, I found one site, one forum. I was trying to read everything on them before I bought them. It's a bad thing about ordering online. And I think I only found one or two comments. I think it's just one, where the guy said the 12s were just fine. Fit him fine. He was a size 11. I believe it was size 12s. And I come to find out it's this part right here on me, if you can see that. It's this part right here on me, and the 12s fit perfect, especially if I put my 100, I believe they're 100% wool socks from Red Wings, 98 or 100%, something like that. But I'd wear a liner sock and then a wool sock, and then these, and this is just perfect. In fact, I've just got standard cotton socks on now, and these aren't tight at all, and they fit perfect. There's very minimal slippage. But when I went and tried on, now granted they were the lighter boots, I went and tried on the chore boots at Orchland's the other day. I wanted to see the size difference, and I tried on the 11s, and they were tight right here, just a little tight, and I just had my cotton socks on. And then I tried on the 10s, and they were extremely tight, so I was very happy I went with the 12s. But anyhow, that's the portion I didn't round. The other side that I rounded, if it's visible, you can see where I rounded it to where it won't come out, and I could have even gone just a hair further, but it's not bad. That's about how far it stuck out before I rounded the other side.